Hey, Parkview, welcome back. We are back for episode 2 of our new podcast series. My name's Josh, I'm one of our pastors here. I'm here today with Andy Klenke. Andy.
What up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Episode 2.
Episode 2. Can I address something off the top here?
No.
All right, we're done. See you later. Is this called a new season? Have we landed on our title yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called a new season podcast. I don't know.
But like in 2020, when it's like 2027, will it still be a new season podcast?
Maybe by then we will just shift to a weekly extended cut. Maybe Monday we record. That's my dream. Okay, you got into vision already. My dream is at some point we just have this down to a science. Monday we can come in, we can record a podcast around the weekend, maybe some extended sermon things didn't get in, a little bit of personal stuff, hit publish, boom.
Can I tell you something?
And then at that point, it probably won't be a new season. Old season.
Old season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I tell you something I feel self-conscious about?
Please.
When we do a podcast?
I love that.
I feel like there's so many people. The answer to everything is start a podcast. So sometimes I'm like, do people want to listen to us again? But I was kind of encouraged
We
this
had
week.
a decent amount of listeners.
Yeah, we had some people who were people throughout the week who were like, hey,
Yeah.
we downloaded, we listened.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. So that was really encouraging because I'm a little self-conscious. I know people have a lot of places they can listen to a podcast. So.
Yeah, no, I heard a lot of people sent me a text or a screenshot of us. They're listening, so that's great.
We should clarify.
Someone just sent me a Braveheart GIF. Said, this is so you know that I listened. I was like, oh, okay.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
We should clarify a lot of concern for Ray and he had a bandage on. I just want to say he's good.
He's good.
He's good. Well,
I had one person
that part's
text me
good.
and
He has
said-
a knee issue now, but he's doing well. Everything's progressing as it's supposed to.
I had one person text us. I thought the surgery was on his knee, not his nose. It's like, oh yeah, that was a different surgery.
Different surgery.
Yeah, he's on the mend with both. He's good.
Yeah. All right. So today, episode 2.
Episode 2, new season.
Here's what we're looking at today. So if you didn't tune in to episode 1, you can go back. You can find that all the places you find your podcast. But that one we talked about. We had Ray on with Andy, and so they talked about Ray was here, empty space, and they kind of talked about the transition of Ray being pastor here for 30 years, lead pastor, and then kind of the handoff to Andy. And so today, we have to kind of get reintroduced to you because Parkview knows you. I mean, you've been around now 10 years. We just celebrated your 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, that's right. That's nice.
But this is a different, it's a very different position and different time. So we're going to spend a little time getting to know you, hearing a little bit of what's happening next. And so is that, can we start? Can we start there? Just like asking some questions about your life? Is that
100%.
Okay?
Let's go.
Okay.
Rapid fire or
I've got
so much.
Just join along for the ride. All right.
Okay.
Come along for the ride here. All right. Well, first of all, I mean, I don't know, just maybe to back up, tell us a little bit, like, where'd you grow up? All right.
Detroit. I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan, Farmington Hills, Southfield. Went to school in Southfield. So yeah, that's where we're from. That's where everyone still is back in Michigan, which then immediately the questions are you a Detroit fan or Chicago fan? Detroit fan. Chicago fans drive me nuts, except the people of Parkview. They're great. But for the most part, they are obnoxious.
This is your worst time for you when you talk about Chicago fans because,
What do you mean?
Well, you hate when the Cubs fans are in the playoffs, and then all the Cubs fans
This is where all the Cubs fans
come out and they start rooting for the Cubs when they didn't know them all year. By the way, I'm describing me.
Yeah.
All right. You can't name a player, and then suddenly they're in the wild card round, and you're like, "Go Cubs!"
By the time this airs, there's a good chance they'll be out, so it's okay.
Today, how dare you?
I'm just saying.
4:00 today. 4:00's when they play. So now
So anyways,
I know.
I grew up in Detroit. Family is still there. Brittany's family's still there. We met in middle school, yeah, that's. So I still love Michigan. We go back a decent amount.
Yeah.
We love the west side of Michigan, but we're not from the west side of Michigan. But we do like to try and get over to the west side or up north. We just say up north. That's what Michiganders say. We're going up north, which just means the northern part of Michigan. For you guys, I guess it's Wisconsin or
You guys, you can't identify.
I'm still not
with us.
quite here
You're
yet.
Not there. It's so
It's
funny.
only been 15 years since I've been out here. But
So what brought you to Chicagoland?
I did school out here. Brittany and I both did school out here, and then so we dated throughout. So we were best friends in middle school. I was in the friend zone before that was even a thing. I was total friend zoned. Then we started dating my senior year of high school, and we both then went to college and dated throughout college. She went to Wheaton, I went to Moody. And so college brought us out here, and then we knew we were going to get married, but then it was, where are we going to work? And so we applied for jobs in Detroit and Chicago, and we just said, whoever gets the first real big-time job, that's where we'll land. She got a job at Wheaton Academy, and it's still there actually. And so then that brought me out here to find a job out here, and we just have stayed out here. So school, then jobs.
Yeah, you kind of buck the trend here. You're supposed to like job hop every 2-3 years. You guys go somewhere and you just stay around. Yeah. It's like you're committed or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I want to get into job stuff, but tell us about family now, your immediate family, because you got 2 awesome boys who I've been teaching some wrestling moves to.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about your.
So Ben family. So next month, November, Ben will be 5, Will will be 3. They're super fun. You did teach him the people's elbow, which apparently is a wrestling move. I don't love that because every once in a while he'll drop the people's elbow on us. They love Mr. Mitch because he has some high chews in the tech booth. So they love coming to church to see Mr. Mitch. They love Mr. Carlos just because it's Carlos. He doesn't have to give him anything. They just love him.
Your boys have given me the opportunity because the high chews I also like. But
your boys still have never had one, actually.
Why?
I don't know. It's not my thing.
Well, every time they're low, I'm like, yeah, it's the Klenke kids. You know,
it probably is.
It's
they've started doing one where they say, "Can I have one now?" And then they say one for the road, and it doesn't make it to the road, but they know that that's like a thing. Yeah, so super fun. And then Brittany works at Wheaton Academy. She's a vice principal over there, and we live in West Chicago.
Yeah,
and I've been here for about 10 years.
So we'll get to, but we kind of know your Parkview history, but we'll get back to it. But you were at a church before this, so in kind of in the area. But what were you before you came to Parkview?
Oh, okay. You made it sound like it was like an X or something like that, like an awkward thing. It's
we're
okay
not
to have a job before this job. I mean, jeepers.
How'd you start in ministry? Here, that's a better way of asking. How'd you start?
I was a student pastor at a church in St. Charles that is their big campus. It's called Christ Community Church. But I was mainly at the Aurora campus doing youth ministry.
Yeah.
And then I came here as a youth pastor, as high school pastor.
Yeah.
You and I, middle school, high school pastor, working together.
Those were
some fun days, man.
I do. I think very fondly on those days. I don't want to
A lot of funnel cakes.
A lot of funnel cakes at Six Flags. I've been banned from the Six Flags. Student Ministries just went to Six Flags. Yeah. And Jake Ochoa he doesn't let me go because the budget kind of blew up.
It's smart.
With the funnel cake purchases. It was for students. For the record.
Yeah.
I did not eat the majority of the funnel cakes.
It was a youth pastor tax, though, I feel like, probably on each of those where you got a bite. I'm just saying. I was there. I saw it.
My favorite trip we did, I don't know if it's my favorite, but we went to Six Flags, and the day just totally rained out. Remember what we did?
We went to Portillo's instead because it poured on us, and we're like, what do? We're not supposed to be back for another 3 hours.
I have never bought so many chocolate cake shakes in my life.
They looked at us like, we said, can we have like 38 cake shakes? And they just looked at us like, it's like, yeah, we got to bus like kids.
It was bad.
We're trying to make this event still fun.
Okay.
That was fun. That was good times.
This is a leading question.
Okay.
Worst accident you've had as a youth pastor?
Oh, it was as an intern.
I know where it's going.
No, you don't.
Yes,
really?
I think so.
Oh, I was a youth pastor in Colorado Springs doing my internship or a youth intern.
Oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
I went to go. What was I thinking? That was so silly. I went. The church van was coming up, and I went to go like body bump the church van, like chest bump the church van. But the window was open, and I hit the window, and it shattered. It was the day before we were taking our mission trip to St. Louis that we were using that van. I have no idea why I did that. I was 19 years old. I was so stupid. I probably shouldn't have shared that.
People watching on the video,
I have no idea.
I'm like, my mouth was just open. I don't know.
You haven't heard. I was gonna say you haven't heard that story.
I've never.
I don't tell that to a lot of people, but now 98 people are gonna know. I think.
Well, I think we'll get up to 104 at least on this episode. Maybe. How did you break the?
I don't know. It just hit it just the right. Again, it was one of those windows that just tilt out. For those like 15 passenger vans.
I'm just trying to logistically think about the story. I thought you were going to go with was when you busted your chin open.
Oh yeah, I broke my jaw filming a video. An announcement video. Long story short, we would shoot videos for all of our house groups. Our high school ministry met in homes all over the area, so we would shoot a video so they all got the same content. And it was always trying to make it more exciting because they were kind of boring. And so we had these little scooters that you do in the gym that we still have. Every time I see them, I kind of shake now that I see them. And I went to go. We were doing these Well, it doesn't matter. I went and I ran and jumped on the scooter, and my chin hit the cement first. The concrete floor. It was like in a gym type whatever.
And it was like really serious.
It was serious. My jaw was wired shut for like 4 weeks, right around Christmas and Thanksgiving. It was terrible. I had the big grills on my teeth with like rubber bands to keep it closed it was bad.
Every youth pastor has like an accident story.
Yeah, that was bad.
And that was your, but you have a couple of them. I didn't know about that first one. Yeah. But all right, so it's obvious why you had to move on. Okay, so you come here.
Yep.
and it's time you take the high school pastor job.
Yeah.
And then maybe just give us like, maybe a 10,000 foot view of kind of how you move through here, like what the roles you had, because you held a few.
My goal was to come and to kind of the youth ministry was in a rough spot, the high school ministry, I should say. And so the goal was to build a foundation of the youth ministry. I knew I probably wasn't going to be the youth pastor for the next 10 years or something like that, but I thought I can build some foundation here. I can instill some values, develop some core students, try and develop some leaders, and then hand it off. So that's what I ended up doing. And from there, I became the global pastor, which sounds way fancier than it is. I get a lot of people that give me a hard time. It's like, global pastor. Like, what does that mean?
A global local.
I just say I pastor the world. I don't know what. I feel like that's clear. No, so I handle our partnerships. I work with partners, try to identify new partners, care for them, find opportunities to partner with them with the church. Anyway, so I started doing that, and then I think at the same time I was doing high school actually, because that wasn't really a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then eventually then became the teaching pastor, kept doing the global stuff, and then took on men's ministry and groups kind of also.
Yeah.
But recently, groups are now with Christina with Connections, which makes a lot of sense. So
very cool.
Yeah.
And so, it's interesting because you kind of saw a little bit of the seeds of kind of how you start things when you look at high school, right? Like, because I remember, that time again, like I was here a year before you, and then you come on board, and just like the way you were thoughtful around things, the way you kind of had to answer the why, and it was this. You could tell your brain was like, you kind of looked at the whole picture and then had to structure it out, and like you can already see the seeds of like when he takes ownership of something, kind of here's the way you're wired for doing it. So I don't know if you, I don't know, is that feel true? Some of that same
slow, intentional, measured, which is not necessarily always the youth pastor mode of operations, but
it's usually what do they say? Ask forgiveness. How do you say that phrase?
Easier to ask for forgiveness than
permission. Right? Yeah. No, that is not
ready, shoot, aim kind of thing. Yeah.
That is not the Andy Klenke way, which I appreciate about you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay, so tell us a couple things. Like, what have you found over, especially? I mean, one thing that I think we've both benefited from being at Parkview so long is like Parkview's been very open about just our leadership over time, like identifying our strengths and those things. So for people who don't see you in the office every day, they know you're a good teacher. They see that. That's like the very public facing. So? Yes,
that's nice, Josh.
I can confidently say I enjoy listening to you teach.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk about the other side of this because I'm going to make you be a little vulnerable today. But what are some strengths people don't get to see that maybe you get to use now in this kind of senior leadership role? You're in the lead pastor role.
Yeah, I mean, I do think I'm relatively strategic. I like to think about the big picture. I like to think about how to help manage change. I am very intentional. I mean, we just had a big team day that maybe we'll talk about if we have time. But we had our pastoral team go off site, and we talked about some change management stuff and what's coming. And I just kept reiterating everything that we do, every change we make is going to have a reason behind it. There's going to be vision, strategy, values that are going to drive these changes. We're not just going to change just to change. So I'm pretty discerning that way. I hope. I think I'm an encourager. I really try to build relationships with people and lead out of that position instead of lead out of authority. So
your favorite personality tool. All right, so like there's I don't know. It's like Myers-Briggs, Strength Finders, Enneagram. Like what's your cup of tea?
Oh, okay. So the Enneagram's personality. It's not gifts. So I do love the Enneagram because it was the first thing I know there's the Myers-Briggs out there and Strength Finder and that. But Enneagram was the first personality test that I was like, what my results were like, that describes me, that describes my strengths, describes my weaknesses. So I'm a 5 on the Enneagram, which is, I love being a 5. And
you
learning
do love
about,
being a 5?
Yeah, and learning about what that means. And so that personality-wise has been super helpful. It has given language, even with Brittany and I. Brittany's an 8, has given us language in our relationships. It's been awesome. So that's personality-wise. Gifting-wise or working-wise, it's relatively new to me, but I've been using Working Genius quite a bit, the Lencioni tool. Brittany has actually way more experience with it. She kind of introduced me to it, and we're trying to use it as a team more. But it's essentially 6 geniuses. And you have 2 of them. And then 2 of these geniuses are actually your frustration, and then 2 of them you're just competent in. So it kind of breaks it down.
Yeah.
And that has been super helpful.
Yeah, that was new for me. And as we've been in this transition, that was actually really helpful for me to see. And it made sense, especially because a lot of us have worked together. So once we actually saw it mapped out, it gave us language to things, to tensions we experience, and so that was really good. You kind of got a sense of like, I don't remember all the words off the top of my head, but kind of the people who are good at rallying folks, which was kind of like under my umbrella, but then others who like struggle with or who need to think about something, understand the why. Then there's others who are like the to-do people who just want to know the next action step and get things done. I mean, anyone listening to this, I mean, it works in your workplace because it's not like faith specific. It's really for any work environment. So it's been really helpful, and I know we're still at the early phases of it. So
so I have D and T. So D is discerning. One of my geniuses is discerning. We can take ideas, and a lot of our team has this. You take ideas and you can discern if they're good ideas, better ideas, whatever. And then I have T, which is tenacity. So you actually then can get jobs done and push something through to completion. So that's kind of, those are my 2 geniuses.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to look it up, and it's a fun tool.
I'm kind of curious right now if the people listening can hear the doorbell that just went off in our building.
I bet they can. I'm curious who's there. We don't get a lot of visitors at 12:20 on a Thursday.
In our office, when someone comes, you can hear the doorbell right in the lobby. So now I don't know if it came through or not. So
our door thing is so cool now because it has facial recognition. And so you walk through and you can just put your face down like this, and then it says, "Hello, Andy," and it unlocks the door and turns off the alarm if you're the first person in the building. It's so cool.
Yeah, these are the last words when the robots take over.
No, it's sweet.
This is going to be...
And you can unlock it from your phone, which is not necessarily new, but the facial recognition piece is sweet.
It feels built for me because I don't have my keys ever.
That's true.
So it felt very personal. Josh, hurt my feelings, and you're right. Okay, I have one more question around that, and then I got a fun thing I want to do to you. So, what in this kind of new season do you feel like? So we talked about your gifting, things you're good at, but what do you feel stretched in? I'm not gonna say a weakness. I think it's
you can say weakness. It's fine.
But I don't know. I don't like that question. I like to think of it like, where do you feel you're gonna get most stretched in?
How much time we got? No, I'm just kidding.
We're looking at 14 minutes.
No, I mean, there is like a management piece that I've never really managed a ton of people before. There's just a newness. I've never done this. So I mean, most of my like anxiety or my wondering is just I don't even know what I don't know yet because I'm like brand new to some of these dynamics. So that's part of it is I feel stretched just in. So going back to the Enneagram, fives do what they know how to do. They work in their competencies, and they like doing things that they are proficient in, that people have told them they're good at, that people they have experience in. So they, you might have a 5 that might like practice the piano, quietly, privately for 2 years, and then just at a party bust out like for a lease or something like that. It's like, I didn't know you knew how to play. It's like, I wasn't going to let you into the journey. I just wanted you to see the final product.
Yeah.
That's what 5s do. And I don't really have that luxury in this role. I'm kind of learning publicly and learning on the fly, learning in front of my friends and peers. Yeah. And so that's where some of my stretching is going to be, is to let people be okay seeing me process and learn and grow, and being okay with some of the newness and learning on the fly is going to be a stretch. And the family stage is what Brittany and I talk about too. We got these 2 young boys, and so that's just as new rhythms that we're establishing this fall that we've literally are brand new for us. But
see, that's why that's such a more interesting question to me than weakness. Like stretch it.
Okay.
I mean, I just
give
feel
yourself a little pat on the back.
I'm
for
going
being a good
to
moderator.
a little bit. I don't want
That's
to
fantastic.
Weakness. It's like
drop in the chat how much you appreciate Josh. Jeez,
we don't have a chat.
It's podcast appreciation. Oh, we don't have a chat.
I just like that the stretch allows you to tell. We got more vulnerable.
You're still on this. Okay, it was a good question, Josh. Next question.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Next module.
All right. I didn't tell you about this.
Okay, that's good.
I want to do a little bit. I'm stealing a version of this from our day camp when we get introduced new staff. I have some rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. Now, what's important about the rapid fire, you can talk about it more than a second, but your response needs to be quick. Like
I understand.
Okay. You know what rapid fire
I'm
means?
not a stranger to rapid fire.
Okay. Are you ready?
I love this.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Yeah.
ChatGPT helped me out with this. It was really good.
I thought that was the first question. ChatGPT, good or bad?
ChatGPT.
Good.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Cold brew.
Nice. Cubs or Sox?
Tigers.
You could have just stopped it.
Rapid fire.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Last TV show you binged?
Oh man. Survivor. Survivor 48.
That is amazing. You had the number at hand.
Well, because it's almost to 50.
One food you could eat every day and not get sick of?
Pizza.
Favorite place you've traveled?
Chicago, baby.
Favorite childhood?
I love Chicago.
Favorite childhood cartoon?
Recess. TGI Friday. Saturday morning. One Saturday morning. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was
Recess.
Crazy.
I loved Recess.
Pull. I couldn't believe you pulled that.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while.
Fear you had growing up?
Being buried alive. I don't know. I must have saw something
so dark.
I really thought that was going to happen to me. I don't know why.
Favorite book other than the Bible?
Favorite book other than the Bible? Lately, Gentle and Lowly by Dane Ortland. It's good. That's my new recommend for people. I love that book.
Would you rather have...
How many you got?
I'm going to do a couple more.
Okay.
I'll close with a more serious one. Would you rather... This is kind of silly. I don't know why I'm asking this one, but I'm going to do it because I'm already...
Because the other ones were so serious. Yeah, that's good.
Would you rather have to eat only donuts or only salads for a week?
I mean, come on. Obviously salads. I take care of my body. Jeez.
Well, it depends who's
Caesar.
doing it.
I like Caesar. I like good Caesar salad.
If they're Oh, I love Caesar salad.
But no anchovies. Okay, keep going. What else you got?
Caesar dressing is anchovies.
I know. I don't know.
So you can't say that.
For rapid fire, this is not very rapid fire.
Last question. What if when someone walks in the door at Parkview, you want them to feel finish?
Oh, that's nice. I like it. This is a turn. This is the turn. I see what you did there. Safe.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things we wanted to do in this podcast, again, our goal is to keep these for people listening or watching. Like, our goal is to keep these in like that 20, 30-minute range. It's not an exact thing. It's just how we feel like that's about as long as you can tolerate us.
I do wonder. So there's no chat. You said there's no chat.
Yeah, we're working on an email. I don't know. We need an email address for this.
Well, Andy at Parkview, Josh at Parkview.
Yeah, but I want a podcast email.
Okay. I'm just curious what speed people watch on. That is a big conversation we have. I'm at 1.7.
That is too fast for me. I'm a 1.3.
That's too slow for me. We need a Goldilocks situation. Okay,
I have a hard time listening to myself as it is on the podcast. Listening to myself at 1.5 or above is
I don't listen to myself. That's a 0. I can't.
It's hard. It's hard to go back and hear your own
Okay.
voice. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about change management. So when we talk about change, people get uncomfortable sometimes. So the biggest thing, like the stereotype thing people want to hear when change management is what will stay the same. So I kind of want to start there.
Okay.
Of like, and we've talked about it higher level. I think each of these podcasts are going to bury down a little lower. So getting like a little, like last time we kind of said, hey, the values, who we are, that's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
So I wonder if in our time together here, you could share a little bit more of what else will stay the same, if maybe a little more specificity.
Yeah. The values do matter a lot, and those stay the same. The heart of I keep calling it the heart of Parkview. That stays the same. Our emphasis on relationship and grace, openness, welcoming diversity, all that stuff. I mean, that does stay the same. Programs might change, but that stays the same. It's my intention that those distinctives that we've talked about, those 4 distinctives of like a teaching team and diversity, financial accountability, and openness, and women in leadership. I mean, those don't change just because the leader has changed.
Yeah.
I will say the teaching. I mean, I will probably teach more than I used to, but we are still going to have a teaching team. We're still going to. Ray is still going to continue to teach. We will still have Carlos and Christina and you and Jake and Allison. I mean, Nikki. Literally, all of our pastors have opportunities to teach, and that will stay the same. People really enjoy hearing from different perspectives and different voices. Our staff really enjoys an opportunity to grow and to have another opportunity and platform to pastor people. So that will stay the same. I would hope the quality of our services continue to be excellent. Our outward focusedness will stay the same. I mean, those types of things will really, all these core type of things aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
As a team.
So what is something you could share that might be different, or you might notice a little different? And maybe it's something, I say notice, I take that back a little bit. Maybe it's something that will change that, you would not notice. You might not notice on a Sunday, but if you were here Monday through Friday, you might notice. So I want to leave it open that there's some things that change that people don't see. I just found out there's a lot of people that don't know, like where we're recording right now, they don't know there's an upstairs.
Yeah, that's not changing.
It's not changing. You're not cutting off, but it's kind of wild that, and it makes sense, but it's kind of wild that there's a lot of people who come in, they don't realize like there's a whole like operation up here going on. Yeah. So what are some things you could see changing that, it seems okay to share?
Yeah, I mean, some of that we're going to be fleshing out over the next little bit, but as a team, as a staff team, we're going to start talking a little bit about what might change in some of our jobs, both just in like expectations of people and kind of org charty type stuff that like maybe you don't see on a Sunday morning, but really helps us kind of get organized as a team here. I kind of think about it like, do you remember that show, The Prophet, with Marcus Lemonis or whatever?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
That
not super
hurts
helpful.
this segment. But essentially when he takes over a company, and that's not what I'm doing, but he buys a company, and one of the first things he does is he essentially goes to like the warehouse or the plant, and he like tries to work on the systems and the back end of things before they launch new product lines or new branding. He tries to get the infrastructure set so that they're ready to go. And sometimes it's painful. Sometimes he has to sell off inventory or put a pretty big investment into the warehouse or whatever. But I kind of see this next season as doing a lot of behind the scenes work.
Yeah.
Where we're going to, as a team, we had our first kind of offsite team day last week, pastoral team. We're going to start talking about what it means to work together and kind of recalibrate some things and some new expectations. We're like, I know it's super exciting. Like we're starting a new meeting structure and starting new expectations around our meetings and what we're going to do with those things and new values as a staff.
Yeah.
So those are all things that will change up here that might not make its way yet to the congregation or the Sunday morning expression, but they're things that we're working on. One of the things I think that you'll see, I've already seen and will continue to see as a change is just more communication to the congregation. So like even this podcast is a good example. We're just trying to open more lines for people, trying to just to let people see behind the curtain as much as possible, more announcements on stage. I mean, even took 5 minutes in my sermon on Sunday to do a family kind of update. So that stuff will start to change more. You'll start to see that probably more coming up.
That makes a lot of sense. So there are a lot of things that kind of start maybe more internal, and then I think you start to see those things like branch out, which
like
makes
some
sense.
efficiencies. Like we have some redundancies and roles. We have some people. We have some areas that aren't being addressed that we're going to need to ask people, like, would you mind like taking this on as a responsibility? I mean, one of the things that just changed was groups were taken off my plate and were given to Christina with Connections, which makes sense. That was kind of always the plan, but we weren't sure of the timing of it all. And groups have been gone through a lot of iterations, but this felt like the right time to like say groups are primarily about connecting people, and we have a Connections pastor, and so this was a subtle kind of efficiency change where I just didn't have time for that anymore, and she's passionate about it. So like stuff like that, will start to be rolled out. Yeah.
So I want to kind of the last few minutes of the podcast, just maybe to like knock out a few kind of in the weeds things that people might be doing, and again, part of our goal here for people listening is not just to stay at, hey, here's what'll stay change or here'll be different and stay at the 20,000 foot view. We want to help give some tactical, tangible things. So you talked about the team day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to say anything else about that, or you feel like
it was just a really sweet time together? We went off site. The pastoral team went off site. And we'll do some as our whole team coming up as well. And we just talked a little bit about the past season that we've been through and some fears or anxieties around the next season, even though they know me. I did a section called The Elephant in the Room. I had a nice little graphic of an elephant. People were really impressed by it.
Didn't someone think you drew it?
I said that I drew it.
Or you said you drew it.
That was a lie.
I knew you
I didn't believe people would think that. And we just talked about, I know that we all know me, but I like did a reintroduction of like, well, this is who I am as a leader though.
Yeah.
And this is who I am in this role and what you can expect. And so we laid out some mutual expectations. So, which I think was really helpful. Again, it's laying that groundwork for efficiency. But we hired an executive pastor.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it's worth mentioning that like
so exciting.
Matt's on board now.
Yeah, he'll start October 16th. He'll be in the office.
So excited to have their family here. They're excited. I mean, Matt was able to be there at the team day and just hang out a little bit with us. It's been really good. And I think what I appreciate about Matt, and I don't know, I think he listens. I think
He listens. He listens. I can confirm he listens. Matt, if you're listening right now, we're so excited for you to be here.
We're pumped, and I think what I'm most excited.
He said it was
about,
while he was doing dishes, so he might not have seen that eye contact.
Heard everything.
Yeah.
Hard to hear over that dishwasher running. No, just like there's the gaps that we have, some of the things that you might not notice if you're here on a Sunday morning, but the things are, especially, up in the office, some of the, like even HR things and those stuff, his gift set aligns really well with that. So, so it was good to have him join us. So we are a little bit trying to work out some things. I think he is more of a Diet Coke person. I'm a Diet Pepsi person.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of tension, but I think we're going to work it out.
He didn't. All the conversations we had, he never mentioned that.
I know.
Tension.
Yeah, I think it's beneath the surface. We're going to have to clear it.
It's a one-sided tension, I think.
I think it's a very serious issue. You want to talk about the listening tour?
Sure. Yeah. It's I finished. I held space for every staff member, and they could take it as long as they wanted or as short as they wanted to come to my office and just talk about the next season. So I went through every staff person, which was great. Learned a ton. I knew a lot of stuff, but I learned more than I even thought I was going to learn about their jobs, around their history here, So that wrapped up. I have notes for everyone, and I've learned a lot. And then I've started meeting and reaching out to congregants as well. With they're like 10 questions. We don't have to go. If you get an email from me with this PDF, you don't have to it's question by question. But they're just to kind of prompt people to say like, what do you love about Parkview? What brought you here? What keeps you here? If you could snap your fingers.
Wow, that really
was
comes
that loud
in.
If you could snap your fingers, I have a good snap, and change one thing about Parkview tomorrow, what would it be? Questions like that, things that I want to know as I walk into this next season. So we're going to start ramping up congregational listening tour, and then my listening tour with Ray is finished. I learned a ton about systems and finances and names of our insurance reps, and I met with Terry multiple times as well, and so that was kind of the Ray Terry listening tour. So been doing a lot of listening in this season.
So just to cover this briefly, because I think we do want to wrap up, but programs, classes, things that people can actually tangibly sign up for as a result of changes. What should they expect? They just maybe I mean, I want to set the tone of you're in the process. We are in the process of working through this together, of executing the vision. So holding this loosely, maybe as a preface, I want to give for you, not that you need help with it. What should people think about when it comes to, if there's some new things, when could they pop up?
That's a great question. I mean, we really are focused. I mean, technically, I'm not the lead pastor yet, which is funny. We've been doing a lot of this work. I've been calling myself the LPIT, which is lead pastor in training. No, it hasn't taken. No one calls me that.
Yeah, no one calls you that.
Because it's kind of silly. But so, I mean, we're just it's so much behind the scenes work. And then even the first little bit of 2026 will be our team really building out what we want the new Parkview to kind of look like. And I say new Parkview, again, the heart is the same, the core is the same. But what types of programs, what types of offerings, what type of opportunities do we want to create as a team for people to experience these values of Parkview and who Parkview is? So some of those changes, we might start talking about them in the around Easter, the second quarter of 2026, but you probably won't have sign up opportunities for some of those things maybe till the fall or something. But we're going to try and get away as a staff in the next in early 2026 as a pastoral team and talk about some of the brainstorm together and just kind of almost whiteboard okay, what if we could just start fresh, what types of things would we want people to be able to sign up for and engage in and connect with and serve in and stuff like that.
A lot of cool dreaming.
Okay,
you can go online and there's a senior leadership kind of transition webpage, right? I don't know what the exact URL. If you go to parkview.cc, it comes as a pop-up.
Comes up in a little corner.
Little pop-up. It gives it talks about Ray, talks about kind of Andy's put phases to his plan. So a lot of stuff there. Yep. Andy at parkview.cc, Josh at parkview.cc. If you have questions, we're working on a podcast email. Hopefully we'll come back with one. I don't know. Or maybe we can use the
podcast at Parkview.
Looking at Mitch. Mitch is looking at me just wrap it up. And then next podcast, why should they tune in?
More of the same. Maybe we'll have a guest. I don't know.
Ooh. guest? Who wants
I just
to be
threw
on?
that out there. Now I got to get a guess. I got to go. I got to talk to my booking agent and go get a.
If you're one, email us. Who do you want to hear from next? Maybe that'd be
that's
kind of
nice.
interesting. No
Yeah.
promises we'll do it, but who do you want to hear from next? All right, Parkview. Thanks for listening, Andy. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing all this.
Oh yeah, thanks for being a great host.
I'm
Very
trying.
gracious.
I'm trying.
awesome.
Okay, Parkview. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you again when we record next time for our November episode. Take care.